Hello, everybody. Just gonna talk about Black Panther. Recently saw it, and it's just got a good time to record it, so I thought, why not? Right. That's how we should do things around here. I saw it a couple of days ago. Went to a local cinema, and I can safely say it's a really good movie. Like from Marvel, I can't expect like good movies, but this one was more than that. Was just a really good movie, and all the things that it presented, I thought were done very well. From the music to the story, the culture they present, it's all blends so well in this movie. I have like no clue who Black Panther was before this. I only knew like snippets of him here and there. Like I played that game, that ARPG Marvel game where I played as Black Panther, right? I did that. I know a little bit about him from the Spider-Man comics. That's how I know the majority of actual heroes. Not the comics, the TV show, the animation, the cartoon. Right? Same old words there, right? No, hold on, the Spider-Bite, radioactive Spider-Bite. Oh, what a great one. So I know him from there. And this movie really made me like really interested in this character, and it gave me a real good reason to like him. In Civil War he was great. I saw like, yeah, that's a pretty cool character. No, seems really enjoyable. But this one really brought all the things that you record, the emotions, and really made me care. Which I like when movies do that. Okay, I should probably start a sample. Well, the actors, everybody in the movie just did a great job. Like Chadwick Boseman is really good as Black Panther. Of course, I don't have much reference for other people who played this character over VO or animation, right? But sorry. But he really like made me like, yeah, no, Black Panther, yeah, it's Chadwick Boseman. Can't pronounce his name. Yeah, that's that guy. From now on, it's him, 100%, right? All the secondary cast, they were all great. From all the female actors, really nailed out of the park. I don't exactly know their name, but their characters were really well portrayed and really well acted. And of course, have Michael B. Jordan, who was, he was so good. And I never seen him act. Never. At least I don't think so. I might miss him in some movies, but I didn't know his name, right? But he was just great in this movie, and he portrayed his character in such a great way. He made it like such a believable villain. Like, all right, I'm on board. Show me. Now, the culture, that Wakanda, right? This movie really like showed Wakanda like. It's kind of like expression of the African people. It's like I've got a lot of traditions, especially in the more like rural areas. Not that much touched by technology, and it's really brilliant in a way of like teaching people a lot. Like didn't like make me dumb because I don't know these things. It really, it teach me, it show me, and it was really interesting seeing this nation that so technology advanced beyond everything, but they still keep their really old traditions, like well monarchy, and that's when it goes through like family and family, family member, which which is not the best thing. Sometimes not the right person is chosen for the throne. But they also have trial by combat, which anybody can challenge for the throne. It's kind of weird because that's kind of like no. The reason why you don't have that is because somebody by pure strength can get a throne and be like a tyrant, which was portrayed in the movie pretty well, like showing, yeah, no, this is, I would put it, not the best tradition ever, right? Because it really showed Wakanda in a way where it's so isolated that it kept this tradition that the world had evolved past. The technology of Wakanda is still there, so Wakanda has to learn from the world and the world from Wakanda, and it's very nicely put, right? Yeah, I guess that's the word. Not sure. I was kind of really wondering if any, like, in Romania, I'm living in a city where it's just like, like, not even Romanians really stay here that much, right? So, and I rarely see any like foreigners, and it was really delightful actually seeing some people from other countries. I don't really know where they were. They're just speaking English. No, therefore they're English speakers, but really couldn't like pinpoint like where they're from. That was really nice to see, like people joining. Right, so cast great, setting really great. The music, of course, was really nice, even though I'm really not a big fan of this usual like rap. I'm really not a big fan of in most of the time, but the way they use it here, of like whenever somebody like enters, it's really dramatic and just like has this music and like really, it's really fun, right? The music is just really fun, and it fit the movie great. It was really enjoyable. Usually after I finish a movie, I walk home on foot, right? Because it's like 20 minutes if I'm really slow, and I listened to like about half of it, just kind of skimming through it. I liked it. Alright, well, let's talk about, like, it's a Marvel movie, so no action. This was a noticeably less action heavy movie and noticeably less like big sequence fights. We had one at the end, which was like a culmination of them, but until that was like, well, more like minor things, like more like just like spy movie things. Like they like halfway was kind of like spy action, just like going to like a place, everybody's being sneaky, and then something happens and everybody goes boom, right? Which was a nice break from the usual. It really allowed the characters to shine and present themselves to the audience, and really, because the focus was on the characters, on the story and the location, not as much on the action, but the action was really nicely executed, so I mean, I can't have a problem with it. Now, when it comes to the story, it has the story of T'Challa after his dad died in Civil War. He's becoming king, so he returns home, and it's time for him to be crowned king. But all this, they are searching for this for Andy Serkis' character Claw that stole some vibranium, and they're on his tracks. They lose him. The people in Wakanda are really disappointed by this because they really hate him. They want to get rid of him. But they kind of come back disappointed. This is kind of where Michael B's Jordan characters come in, since like after they return and they do the King's thing, T'Challa gets crowned king after defeating M'Baku, or aka Man-Ape, who rules the tribe of, like, and I don't know what they're called exactly, but the tribe that lives in the mountain that they really don't want this Wakanda thingy, so they are kind of like separated from it. That's them. After he gets crowned king, everybody seems normal. Kind of everybody's happy. Oh, they lost that guy, but no, things are going normally as they should. Then Michael B. Jordan comes to the outskirts. He brings Claw dead. His name in the movie is Killmonger, and he's like a special op person, like really skillful with weapons and has no war. Comes back, he gets brought to the king to see how he killed him, and that's where he reveals himself that he is the father. He's not the father. He's the son of T'Challa's father. Right. So that's why T'Chaka, or I think that's his name, T'Chak maybe. He killed his own brother because his brother saw that all the injustices that were happening to black folks all over the country, and he was really not happy with it, and he wanted to start a revolution to free his people from oppression, right? But he turns his weapon on another person who is can't remember his name, nor in the movie, nor the person, and T'Chaka kills him, and he leaves Michael B. Jordan character Killmonger there to pretty much die and to try to like make it seem that nothing happened, right? And he reveals that he's of royal blood and he wants his throne, so he challenges T'Challa and they fight in this ritual combat on a waterfall, which all of the fights that were on the waterfall are really great, really well choreographed. But he defeats him, and now he's the king, and everybody thinks T'Challa is dead because he got thrown off a fucking waterfall, right? Everybody scatters, they leave so they don't get killed, and Killmonger's plan is to send vibranium weapons to everybody, well, not everybody, to like malls they have in every city to start revolution. This is when his family leaves and finds T'Challa in M'Baku's palace, I guess, or area, where he regains his power. The thing is that like Killmonger, Eric, I call him Eric, he doesn't respect their tradition after living so many years in America. Doesn't respect their traditions because he burns like the place where they had all the plantings to give the power of Black Panther. Of course, he eats one of them and he burns everything down. He uses their traditions, their old traditions, and abuses them to his advantage, right? Which is like, their traditions are old and they're really only respected by them. When an outsider comes in, it shows that it can do a lot of harm. That's why Wakanda has to adapt and learn from the world, because these traditions are really old and can really be abused. Something. Oh, after that, it's one of the tribes doesn't agrees with Eric's plan. T'Challa comes back and his royal guards, which are all female warriors, are bold and have like these have spears, they started like fighting everybody, and they have like this tribe who have like who are like really cool. They have like these shields out of their cloaks, like these sickles who are like vibranium made. So they start fighting, and everybody's just like it's like I don't know, like an arena, everybody's just fighting there. And these guys actually have like these rhinos. They have like their armor and they have trained them, so they bring out the rhinos and have like this gigantic fight there, and it's like really cool. It ends at when like they're like this love interest between the head of the guards and the head of this tribe, so they stop fighting after killing each other because they realize, well, we're killing each other. Meanwhile, T'Challa and Eric are fighting near this train, and they're both having these suits on, so they're pretty much invulnerable. And after a long fight, T'Challa finds a loophole and stabs Eric while his suit isn't working. And you know, well, he's gonna die no matter what, right? Suit can heal him, and they start having this like really great dialogue of how Eric sees the world and how T'Challa sees the world. Now, all he wanted, like his father told him, like one day he's gonna see Wakanda, the most beautiful place ever, and he never got to see it. This is kind of sad. Even though he's a villain, he's a very sympathetic villain that, like, you can relate to. That's why he's such a great villain. And after the great, I think the fight was pretty great in my opinion. Like people say like it's a big CGI fight, wham wham wham, but that's like, what do you expect? It was well done. It had like some interesting way the fight ended, and then the dialogue between the two main characters are like it's really great. I really don't see a lot of people are complaining about this. Like, yeah, it's a Marvel movie, it has fights, of course it has. What the fuck do you expect? But T'Challa brings Eric up the mountain where the sunset is. He brings him there and he looks at Wakanda and says, "It's so beautiful." And while T'Challa tells him that his motives and what he wants to do is wrong, says, "We can still heal you." And Eric has this an amazing line. It was wow. Eric says, "I don't want to be healed just to be shackled. No, bury me in the sea to be with my brethren who jumped off the slave ships." And my god, that was such a great line. I was like really like it. I didn't know it's gonna like. Didn't feel something like a normal villain would say. It's sort of like totally out of the blue. Oh god. Like really big surprise, and now it was like heart wrenching. On that term is used a lot. And as a person who, I mean, I'm not a black folk. I don't live in America. I have no clue what their culture is over there, how they deal with everything. I have no clue, you know. As a Romanian person, I have, you know, seen a lot of injustices done to my country and a lot of bad things happening, and it's hard to be sympathetic to everything going poorly. And this movie it really made me feel like, yeah, that's horrible. And it was such a great line. Then he dies, and that was Eric is like it's probably one of the best MCU villains by far. He's like such a a hero that we can really understand and like root for. And now like T'Challa understands that, well, one, he needs to learn from the world, needs to understand it better, so, and understand that we can't let something like this happen again. They need to start helping the world, and they do. They make where his father died, they make a center of help, like Wakanda Center of Help, where they help people there. That's how they, I don't know how to say it. I don't need that many of them. That's how they like put in the MCU. They also have Bucky there, who is healing and talks to T'Challa's sister. That's another way. You know, we know that what happened to him. It's good to see that they're on good terms now. And yeah, that was the story. I really liked it. The villains were great. The heroes were great. Like everything about this movie was great, and I think it's gonna have like a really big cultural impact that is gonna be really good for, you know, people who see it and for Hollywood itself. Yeah, that's it. I really liked this movie. I hope I did a better job of explaining things. I still need to go a bit about the story a bit better, but I'm still trying to learn. Thank you for your patience, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you next video. Bye bye.